Big question for you today. Is this wrong? War dogs. Dogs have long been used in war, but skydiving dogs is a relatively new thing. These are Russian war dogs. Is it wrong to put them through this? To put a dog in a parachute and have it skydive from 13,000 feet in the air is probably not comfortable for these animals. And this is what it looks like as they're going through this testing in Russia. Now, give me your comments below on whether or not you think this is mean or if you think the dogs don't mind and, this is what they're trained to do. They're professionals. And I'm going to show you other countries where they do this and tell you more about what these dogs are doing and the next steps for them. The chopper's fired up. He picks up the dog. The dog's scared. The dog is waiting, and, I can't imagine that seems normal to a canine. Here goes nothing. Now, humans can make this decision. The dogs, they probably would choose no, I would think. That dog is like, what in the F is happening right now? And then much quieter on the ground as we see them parachute down the rest of the way. And the dog is on the front of them. Back down to earth. Appears to be okay. Is this wrong? Is what you just saw wrong in terms of how you should treat these animals? And the Russians get the dog on the ground. Now, what is this all about? There's a couple of different takes on this. They say crazy video shows Vladimir Putin's war dogs parachute into battle from 13,000 feet strapped to Russian soldiers. Bonkers footage, they say over at The Sun, has emerged showing Russian army pooches parachuting into battle zones from heights of 13,000 feet. Putin's crack team of canine warriors can be seen hurled out of planes, strapped to soldiers as part of wacky war games. Tests so far have proved army dogs can be dropped by parachute from as high as 13,000 feet, but they want to go higher. This is from Russia right here. This news report is from Russia in the next steps. Oxygen gear for 8-kilometer altitude canine parachute jumps. In feet, if you're wondering, that's 26,000 feet. 26,000 feet. When you're in a passenger plane, a 747, you're probably between 30 and 38,000 feet. You're almost at that height with one of these dogs skydiving for war. Remember, they are war dogs. The Techno Dynamica Group also intends to create oxygen gear for canines to skydive from an altitude of 8 kilometers with parachutes. We're working on the possibility of airdropping dogs from an altitude of up to 8 km. Correspondingly, special oxygen equipment will be created to enable a dog to breathe through the oxygen gear during an air jump. Our enterprise is carrying out this work jointly with associate contractors, they say. Now, this, as I said, is not something new. In South Africa, they do this with dogs to combat poaching. The question remains the same. Is it nice to that dog to do this? This is a tandem with a dog. That dog's got some blinders on and some other things that might help.
Front lines as fast as possible is always a challenge, and parachuting, rappelling is one of the ways in getting the boots on the ground.
Kicking the dog with your boots? You see that? You're rappelling out of the plane.
On the ground where they need it.
And one more time. Hold on.
As fast as possible is always a challenge, and parachuting, rappelling is one of the ways in.
You're just smashing the dog against you. Watch this.
These elite canine dogs are
crazy. Look at this. I mean, I'm guessing if you said, hey, dog, would you like to just hang out and do dog stuff? Or do you want to put this getup on and we're going to put you in a plane and drop you out?
You immediately sniff out the poacher, rushing to attack, pinning him to the ground until more help arrives. This may be a training exercise, but
now I think a lot of you are going to be making an argument that these aren't dogs. These are either weapons of war or these animals are something else entirely. They're military dogs. They're just like a police dog. It's a utilitarian animal. I just think at the core of it, it's still a dog, and we should probably ask questions like, what's the dog think of this? A story that may blow your mind in just a moment. Here's another one. This is in Colombia, where the military is doing the same thing. And another dog that is skydiving. This is obviously from a very solid height. Now, this dog, I don't know. Let's wait to see the face. Let's see what kind of equipment it has on. There you go. This dog's just raw dogging it.
Yo tengo que relajarlo, tengo que hacer ejercicios de doga. Doga es el yoga. Va a estar muy
Doga is el yoga.
activo, va a estar pendiente de las cosas, pero sin estar estresado.
I mean, that dog right there did not look incredibly distressed as I saw it. There's somebody, and this is very anecdotal and who knows, who asked on Quora, which is a social media website where you can ask experts questions, is it okay to take your pet, your dog, skydiving? And William Thackeray, USPA parachuting instructor with over 3,000 jumps, FAA master rigger. I suppose we need to consider what you mean by okay. It's legal, certainly, and I've seen it done on numerous occasions. My question is why. The military special operations folks do high-altitude insertions of canines by parachute quite frequently, attached with a harness to their handler. In this case, the dogs are trained and are part of an otherwise high-risk operation. It isn't just done because some yokel thinks it'll be fun to freak the hell out of their dog. Although people do that. They take their pets, their actual pets, like the dog you might have at your house, and they go skydiving with them. These pets are not trained for this. They're not raised for this. And I think that's an entirely different scenario. Here's the story. I had a friend that decided to carry her cat with her on a skydive. Sound like a good idea to you? Her cat on a skydive. She tucked the cat inside her jumpsuit, zipping it up so the cat could see out above the zipper. Probably adorable for 5 seconds. Unfortunately, as we exited the airplane in the prop blast, the cat lost its mind and started clawing at my friend, eventually freeing itself from the confines of her jumpsuit while in free fall. She never saw her cat again. We surmise it may have survived the landing, cats being cats, but dead or alive, it landed in a cornfield somewhere in northern Illinois. If it lived, it never found its way home to her apartment in the city. Interesting side note, cats fall significantly slower than humans. The last time I saw the cat, it was going up quite quickly relative to the formation. So what do you think about this? These pups in the air, should they be weapons of war? Should you take a dog skydiving? Or is it an evil thing to do so? Let me know in the comments below what you think, or if you just think this is pretty cool that the Russians are working on this and that they'll be able to use these animals in military situations. If you like this video and you want to get your friend's opinion on it, hit that share button over at facebook.com/thenewsjunkie, where I'd like you to hit follow if you want videos just like this every single day. It only takes a second. Follow along on the quest to 75,000 followers. Be a part of it right now. Facebook.com/thenewsjunkie. Subscribe over at youtube.com/thenewsjunkie. Once again, thank you for watching. We'll talk to you again real soon.